old fat hog blunts on to kick off the 420 show. That's not going to happen on this one, but enjoy to whoever enjoy to
like speak for yourself.
I'm just kidding.
Enjoy to everybody else who's doing that on this fine day, streaming it. The wrong show for this, but happy 420 day. The
Perfect
day
show.
this year.
Perfect show to kick back and listen to.
Yeah.
Right.
The day this year, 420 falls between is Easter Sunday?
Easter is Sunday. So Easter's tomorrow.
Easter Sunday, and we also have
Good Friday.
Good Friday
yesterday.
And then National Pot Smoking Day in between. So that's
Let's
a
go.
wild weekend, everybody. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Maybe
if anything, on Friday you can get right with God. Saturday you can get close to God, and then Sunday you can go back to praising God.
Jeez, man. Jeez, bro.
No, Chauncey?
No, it's not a good look.
I thought that was kind of funny. All right. No sense of humor here. I wish you guys were on some gummies. You would laugh at funny jokes.
No.
Nope.
10-4, or maybe the jokes just need to be funny.
No, maybe you just need to have a fun personality.
Dang.
But on the last survey,
like you normally do.
The last survey we sent out said I was the number one personality on the show. You don't remember? It got distributed.
That was the one. That was the one-on-one survey that I got from operations. Got it. Yeah, I do remember that.
Mother.
What?
It went out company wide.
It did.
You know, Damon will check his company email.
If I text him and tell him he will.
Yeah, you got to text me.
Yeah, like them photos you've been waiting for. Still on Saturday. Still didn't get them last night.
Well, I didn't spend all Friday taking pictures during the show either.
And I want to also point out all those photos that I took time away from you, the fans, for. Johnsy didn't approve of them. They were not due to prove. So.
Oh, well, that's because I gave specific instructions that were not followed. So I'm just trying to bring us to the next level. But clearly I'm being, I have limitations in my position here at the company. So I can only do so much, folks.
Oh, cry me a river.
Oh, here we go. We made it all last night's show with no singing at all.
No, that's never going to happen, Damon. If that doesn't happen, call and make sure we're okay. You should be concerned.
This is true too.
I don't think
that's just our wellness check. You know, if people have a heat check, that's our wellness check.
I don't think we did sing on Friday.
No, we did not. You didn't. Y'all did not sing last night.
I surely sang a jingle. I know. Earlier in the show, I did something.
Don't lie, Tony. Don't try and cover it up. I don't think we did.
The first 5-10 minutes. I swear, it's true. I did. Receipts.
So hold on. You know what Tony, we do? We can play the show back right now.
You just got to accept it because that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Man, I'm fixing it right now. We're fixing it. We're making
all I'm hearing is we got to sing twice as hard.
I was going to say, good Lord, man.
Damon, you should have just said, not again. Instead, he goes, y'all didn't even sing on Friday. Heard, Damon. We'll fix that. Thank you. Pointing out.
Get my mouth
I thought Johnsy was the operations guy. No, he's production. That's a production.
Yeah,
that's EDP production. That dude up there giving us material during show. Damon, you slide dog. You're better at it than you even realized it. Or are you doing this on? I can't keep up with them.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
So tonight's show, I know there's tons of shows out there on all the dopamines that are going to be consumed either orally, rubbed on, topically, or digested, THC. We are going to do...
So, okay, real quick. Did you say dopamine or dope in mean?
No, dopamine.
No, he said dopamine.
Yeah, it was just it's a slang thing.
Because the list afterwards, I was like, oh, I may have misheard it.
Nope. Yeah. Anyway, so we're not doing any of that. That's why we're not experts on that. We'll leave it to all those that are. Tonight, we're going to go over other things that have happened in the history of ever on April 20th. There are some pretty interesting things. I don't want to say cool.
Look,
There are
trigger
some, but
warning.
there are some that
Okay,
are
there's
not.
a little bit of a trigger warning. We're just putting it out there right now. This show is for entertainment purposes only. If you don't like it, we know, we understand, but it's
Suck
hard to hear.
it.
So the dudes are real.
Wow.
Do your own
Wow.
research right there for entertainment purposes only. And I will kick a bobcat in the ass.
That's probably about all you gotta do.
Been a
That's
week.
probably about all you gotta do.
Easy.
He sees one Canadian holding a lynx, which may or may not have been an actual pet.
That little lynx was too calm, so.
And he
what did he do? By the back of
he
the
was
neck.
like this freaking big. That thing probably weighed like 12 pounds.
Which is the normal average size of an adolescent bobcat.
No. You said you wanted the biggest one, 40-something pounds, with your hand tied behind your back.
Bro, the rules have slowly been established by you.
You guys keep exaggerating on your things, on your points.
Oh, dude.
Now it's up to 40 pounds. We have not said 40 once.
I said in the very beginning, we're trying to find one 30 to 40 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think I even said 35 to 40 pounds. Bro, we're not just going to get you some little kitten with sharp claws.
I want an average bobcat. I also don't want you to get like the Hulkzilla of a bobcat. I didn't try.
Of course not. We're not.
I'm not trying to fight Dewey the bear.
No. I think you'd have more chance against the bear, bro. Like not a big grizzly, but maybe a little black bear. Yeah.
Oh, black bear. Yeah. If it was like a West Virginia one, them things are about a big one's like 100 pounds. Ain't nothing but a big dumb bear.
Oh, bro. I mean, it would F you up, but all day, not like take you out. I'm just saying, like, you can still get jacked by a 100-pound bear for sure. But you could still put work into it where he probably.
Okay, so I'll ask you guys this: you get to wrestle a bobcat or a bear? Which one you tackling?
A bear.
The bear.
You guys are fucking nuts.
Nope.
Lies.
100%.
You're going to take on a bear that can literally kill you with a single swipe.
But here's the thing: is that little bobcat is going to be like 400 miles an hour.
Well, I want you
that bear is going to be more slow.
What are you going to do? Outrun the bear? You got to fight it.
But it's still slower and lethargic than that bobcat. It's going to be real fast and quick.
You guys are making fun of me and my bobcat theory. You guys sound ridiculous.
But I mean, if we're only talking about a 100-pound bear,
hypothetical. You said I would fight a bobcat. I never said I want to fight anything.
But you guys you guys are saying that a bobcat is worse to fight than a bear.
Yes.
I just think if I came face to face with a large feline, no matter what it was in the wild, I would much rather come face to face with a black bear all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, black bear's got to act big. So you got to act big to a black bear.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do to a grizzly because they don't have nothing above them on a food chain, homie. They ain't timid like black bears. That's
they say grizzlies play dead.
And they
say black bears get big, grizzlies get small.
They say that, but here's the deal. So, if it saw you and you just fall down and play dead, it'll still come up and mess with you. Mm-hmm. So it'll swipe you and put a huge scratches on you and sometimes bite you to see if you're going to move or just plain dead. And you tell me you're just going to lay there while a full-grown grizzly bites into your thigh and keeps silent, not moving? There's no way.
That's totally different. Though.
Get the
If Leonardo DiCaprio's bitch ass can do it, I can do it.
Well, I could do it to any CGI bear. Bring it on. I don't care how big. I'll take on a CGI polar bear, bro.
CGI bear right in its balls.
I'll take on a CGI polar bear, which is literally like one of the most deadliest creatures in that kingdom. They will actively hunt humans. They are into that.
Yeah.
So, but CGI, bring it on, bro. I'll take on CGI Godzilla.
Yeah, I'll take on CGI anything.
Dang. bears, gorillas, spaceships. I mean,
Did any of these happen on 420, Damon? Go.
Oh,
I haven't found a bear yet.
Yeah, that was a good squirrel there. We didn't get any of those last night on the worst show of all time. Sorry again about that.
It was the worst.
Dude, what if it gets like just insane amount of views? It's like
we just like, and like that's the thing that everybody wants us just to like edge everybody. Just like it's called the Edge Podcast, edging.
oh,
Wait a
no,
minute.
man, I just don't want to be a part of anything like that.
Hypothetical edging with the dudes.
That is, I hit B, so hopefully there's a good clip for there.
Hopefully, something. Do your thing, AI. Speaking of CGI,
Dude, that is the name of this show.
What's that?
Hypothetical edging with the dude. Oh my god, that's so fantastic. Oh my gosh, that's insanely amazing.
What did I say? Hypothetical what?
Edging.
Oh, hypothetical edging. Yeah, there we go.
So without going too far back, I mean, it's like the Bobcat.
I'm calling Friday night that for sure. I set up the show, so it's up to me.
Yeah, you can do whatever. We just give you the material. What you got, Damon?
1610 on April 20th, the only recorded performance of William Shakespeare's tragedy Macbeth during the playwright's lifetime at the Globe Theater. That was in 1610. 1611 was the first known performance of the tragedy Macbeth. Huh.
Shout out Macbeth.
Yeah. It's way back, man. There's some old people here.
I like that it's not only everyone hears that it's Adolf Hitler's birthday on April 20th. But don't forget about Napoleon Bonaparte's birthday also being on April 20th. Two of the more interesting leaders in history.
True.
Yeah,
Johnson's like, just don't.
Both maniacal.
Johnson's like,
allegedly.
Don't talk about it. Yeah, I'd say Johnson's like,
allegedly.
Bolsheviks.
Oh, not again.
Don't do it, Johnsy. Don't do it.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna keep a counter.
I'm training you for resistance.
Nope, I'm gonna keep
resistance training.
I'm gonna keep a counter, and I'm gonna set a limit. And once you've set it enough, once you hit, you're not gonna know the limit. So I'm just gonna let you keep goofing off. You may have already hit it.
There's a good chance I'm close if I have.
But yeah, I'm just gonna go. Funny thing, you bring that up, and you're just gonna have to end the show right then and there if you don't want it to go any further.
I'll know to bring it up only when it's past like 20 minutes in the show. So if like funny you bring it up, I'm like end recording. You know, that would be the send off.
So everybody remembers the Great Fire of Chicago in 1871.
Yeah.
The Crosby on this day on 1865, the Crosby Opera House opened in Chicago.
Ooh, okay.
Wonder what the Great Fire of Chicago was to destroy a bunch of Tartarian structures. Whoops.
Bro, kind of like the
world. I mean, the World Trade, the World Fairs were in Chicago, so a lot of that technology would have been there, right?
Oh, weird.
Whoops. Why would it have been held in Chicago? Oh no, there was a big fire in Chicago.
Oh, this for your entertainment only moment.
You know what's funny is
Garage Beer.
What's hilarious is I'm like so new to it that I'm like still putting things together on the show, and I'm like putting that together in my head. I'm like, oh.
That's so awesome.
And that's why I'm like, I gotta talk. I'm gushing. I must mention something. Like, yeah.
I know it's. I can tell when you've hit another level of you, or you found you learned something new, because you'll be like, "Oh, interesting. Is that because maybe it was the ancient two-legged giants with the Tartaria?"
I'm like, I have squirrel brain. Confirm this now before I lose the idea. Confirm this now.
So funny. It's so funny.
Oh man,
bruh.
What else you got, Damon?
So a little bit of Cleveland sports history popped up on this list. 1910.
How much you want to bet it's bad?
Roll Tide.
How much you want to bet it's bad? Go ahead.
Well, let's put the bet up then.
Oh, it must be actually good. Must be baseball related. If
It
it's
is.
It's got to be baseball. Yeah, it has
Yeah,
to
it's
be
baseball. But 1910 on April 20th, Cleveland naps Addy Josh, second no hitter. They beat Chicago 1-0.
okay. Shout out Addy Joss.
Yeah.
Let's go. It wasn't bad, Tony. Get out of
And
here.
the
Roll
Cleveland
Tide.
Naps. The Cleveland Naps was their
Yeah,
name back then.
I know
in
why they were
1910.
called the Naps. They had a player called Napoleon LaJoy who, and back then they were the player manager, and their teams were named after the manager. So they called him Nap for Napoleon, and so they just call him the Naps. Here come the Naps. Naps boys are coming to town. Like,
Right.
yeah, they're called the Cleveland Naps. Yeah, a lot of teams are called that way. Yeah, the Los Angeles Dodgers, they were originally called the Trolley Dodgers
Cheers.
because they were trolley carts, and it was really dangerous, and people get killed every day getting hit by the trolley carts in New York, so you had to dodge the trolleys, so they were called the Dodgers. Yeah.
I mean,
Now we have to live with it.
So 2 years after that, in 1912, Fenway Park officially opened
Cool.
in Boston, Massachusetts. And the Red Sox beat the visiting New York Highlanders.
Who then
7-6.
became the Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees. Yeah, sorry, the Yankees.
And then 1912, in that same year, Tiger Stadium in Detroit opened, and they beat the Cleveland Indians 6-5.
And do you know who was on that team? One Tyrus Raymond Cobb. Those are Ty Cobb.
A.K.A. Ty Cobb, T Cobb, like we call him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Like
call him T Cobb. All his close friends can call him that, though. So.
That's right.
Shout out T Cobb.
Shout out T Cobb. Yeah, you get a lot of MLB opening day history. Like, April 15th is when Jackie Robinson made his debut.
Well, dude, baseball, they literally have stats for everything, or good guys make up stuff on the fly that's ridiculous. I remember in the World Series one time they go, oh my gosh, this is the first time since 1896 or some stupid year where they're a hitter and a pitcher and the third game of the World Series had the same last name facing off. You're like, why are we even keeping track of that? Who cares about that? That's like, what?
I mean, it's like that guy's sitting back there. He's like, my moment has come.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, dude, it's like an earworm fact he knows. And he's just like,
imagine how empty.
Shut up. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time.
Imagine feeling so empty after that. Be like, all right, now what? like my life's moment has come and it has went, and I'm 35. Oh shit.
Hey, what if they came in and they're like, hey, we just really want to do this before you got your moment. We had a feeling they were going to play this year, but here's your 2 weeks.
From this moment, I'll never. Sorry, that was real bad.
Not
so 1918. The Red Baron shoots down his 79th and 80th victims, marking his final victories before the death his following day. So he died April 21st, 1918, after scoring the 80th victims.
Red Baron was a beast, dude.
Yeah.
I think he died of I don't even think it was like some crazy honorable. I think like something like just randomly.
They just said no. He was killed in action when his plane was shot down.
Okay, well, no, he went down the way he was supposed to.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean,
I tried to hype it up, but it was just
that's a softball for a song. I mean, nobody picked it up.
I tried to tee it up, but yeah, it was.
I mean, softball of a song. He went down in a blaze of glory. I mean.
And now he has one of the best frozen pizzas there is to buy.
Yes. Speaking of,
you're not totally wrong on that last.
You can doctor up a Red Baron pizza really good
for sure.
Right.
1920, the Phillies manager Gravy Gareth puts himself in a pinch hitter, 3-run homer, the New York Giants 0.
That's awesome. baseball.
Bro, that's the most baller move I've
so
ever heard of a baseball.
Yeah.
That's so old school manager. Like, Skip, you go do it. You want me to do it? I'll show you how to do it.
I'll show you how to do
He's
it.
like, put one of the batters in who can freaking hit. They're like, dude, we are. It's not like it's that easy. I'll show. It is easy. Just hit the ball.
3-run homer.
He's like, look at him. He's like, I told you.
Yeah, dude, yeah. 3-run homer. He's like, I told you.
He's like, he's looking at that movie, like, you have no marbles. You have no marbles.
And that's the funny thing. It's a 3-run homer, and they beat them, the Giants, 3-0. So that won the game.
Oh, that's amazing. That's absolutely awesome. That's fantastic. I hope that happened out of well, if it's so easy, why don't you go down there and do it? And he was like, bet.
Yeah.
Yep. Find me batters
who can throwing that hard. What's
wrong he's all. I bet you he slammed that bat down, walked the bases. He probably didn't walk the bases.
That was the first. That was the first ever bat flip. That was your first recorded bat flip right there, because he bat flipped that one all day.
Oh, hell yeah.
I would accept that. I would accept that.
Yeah. So 1944 on April 20th, NFL legalizes coaching from bench.
No.
And this will hit to your heartstring, Tony. This is a hit to your heartstring. April 20th, 1945. The Cleveland Browns organizations formed by Arthur McBride.
Yep. Under the AAFC.
Dude, because someone was sitting around in Cleveland on on 420, got lit, and was like, "We're starting a baseball team or football team." Let's go.
Well, fun story on this, actually, John Z. There was already an NFL. There was already an NFL team in Cleveland at that time. The Browns came in as the AAFC, the American Association Football Club Conference, I think, football conference. And the Cleveland Rams were in town, where they won an NFL championship. So a fun trivia question is, what city did the Los Angeles Rams win their first world championship in? Everyone's gonna be like, oh, Kurt Warner, St. Louis. Incorrect. Yeah. Cleveland. And then the Browns were so good that they realized the Browns were taking all their fans, so they had to scram town. And the guy was like, I'm going to LA. And that was the reason football got founded in California, because he took the team out of Cleveland, went to the Rose Bowl.
Oh, here we
the LA
go,
Rams.
Dude.
Yeah,
here we go. So now California has to thank Ohio for football.
Well, I had to thank the owner that bought the team in Cleveland and moved the Cleveland Super Bowl winning NFL championship team. You guys only got a team. You got a reigning championship team.
I don't even give a rip about the Rams.
What?
I don't give a rip about the Rams.
Well, but saying California football, you're welcome. Also, I'll take it a step further. The only way they could get the Rose Bowl is to sign one of a local running back who was African American and black.
Rose Bowl.
Can't say that one. I'm just reading it as I read it in the book. Sorry, I'm repeating the book, and at that time, that's what they used. Anyways, moving past that, so he was the first black player in NFL history, and the only reason they signed him was to get the Rose Bowl lease, and he barely ever played. So they basically used and abused him to get the lease. But that was the first black NFL football player. Anything else? I read a book on that one.
No, I just can't. My brain is locked in on one thing you said a second ago, and that's the only thing I want to talk about because I'm very confused.
Yep.
So anyway. In aviation history.
Yeah, let's continue. Oh, Red Baron also. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I don't know, but another aviation history, 1962. NASA civilian pilot Neil Armstrong takes X-15 to 63,250 meters.
Negative. That was his close. That was all the. That's his. That was his. Yeah.
Do your research. Do your research.
I can't even.
Not today, Satan. Continue on,
Damon. Off the list.
If you even believe any of that bullshit, I don't know what to tell you anymore.
When I come across it, I knew that one had to come in. Well, here we go. In 1967, the U.S. Surveyor 3 lands on the moon on April 20th.
That was definitely for all your entertainment purposes.
Yeah,
only.
do your own research for entertainment purposes only. We're just reading what is put down on paper that claims they were done on April 20th.
Never happened.
Again, do your own research for entertainment purposes only.
1968, Pierre Trudeau sworn in as Canadian's 15th Prime Minister.
Oh.
And then
that was, reference for Chippy there. I know you're watching, bud. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we know you're liking and sharing this right now as you saw this.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you, dude. We know that you do that every week.
Can't believe we won that much money on Thursday. Crazy. Yeah. What a show.
What a show.
I can't believe I won $1 million on one bet.
We wasn't going to bring that up because it was like you was going to have to go back and watch that show. But
yeah, this bought the Dude Ranch. It opens up next week.
What? Well, here we go. Circles back to last.
The ocean meets the sky, I'll be sailing.
Okay. 1976. George Harrison sings the Lumberjack song with Monty Python in New York City in 1976. The Lumberjack song.
And then Monty Python Holy Grail came out in 75, I think is when we said that came out. 75 or 78. I forget.
Yeah, I can't remember. You're right in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
Thanks,
Pink Floyd, for making that movie happy.
What?
And Jethro Tull.
And Led Zeppelin.
And Led Zeppelin. Thank you.
We'll talk about this in a moment.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to that.
Yeah, that's weird. Why this would even make the list, but no, we're good. We're good.
Oh, juicy.
No, it ain't juicy. It's just weird.
Oh, I'm drooling for nothing.
Yeah, you got me. Speaking of edging, I'm right there.
Oh, good God. Oh, my.
Oh, Lord, he's about to blow.
Oh, okay. Nope.
April 20th, 1973. Mass murderer Ed Kemper attempts to dispose of his mother's vocal cord in a domestic waste disposal.
He tries to attempt to what?
Dispose of his mother's vocal cords in a garbage disposal.
Oh,
but
I was going to say, it was just weird that this made the list. I didn't even know who Ed Kemper was.
Ed Kemper is a special one, homie. That's a gnarly story.
Sounds like a guy that definitely lost some marbles.
Maybe they were in the garbage disposal.
Yeah, he was
Damon with the dynamite drop in.
He was a little bit of another level, man.
So we're gonna have to look this up. I don't know what this one is. 1979 on April 20th, U.S. President Jimmy Carter is attacked by a swamp rabbit, which swam up to his fishing boat in Plains, Georgia. What is a swamp rabbit?
Swamp rabbit.
I.
And why did it swim up to his boat?
Oh, it's just a rabbit.
Yeah.
Bro.
But he was attacked by a regular little.
Look, bro, I'm pulling
on
up.
Easter. He got attacked right before Easter by a bunny.
I got it. Hang on,
bro.
Why did a swamp rabbit attack Jimmy Carter? A few days vacation in his hometown, Carter was fishing in a John boat in a pond on his farm when he saw a swamp rabbit, which Carter later speculated was fleeing from a predator, swimming in the water. Hang on,
bro. you got beat up by get the caddy.
Oh, there's actually a picture of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, there's a picture of him with this rabbit on the boat.
Huh.
But I don't understand.
No wonder he's died like 4 times.
Oh, matter of fact,
it just caught the imagination of the media, and everyone's like,
"Oh, yeah, you can actually see the rabbit in the water."
Yes.
Yeah.
No wonder he's had like 4 funerals.
Boom, boom, boom.
He said, "We're afraid if we release the photo, the rabbit controversy over the next 2 weeks will receive more ink than the SALT Treaty." Well, what the hell's the SALT Treaty? Oh, the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks. Involving the Soviet Union.
Oh, no wonder rabbit.
Oh, I wonder why we'd release a cute little photo of our president with saving a bunny rabbit.
Yeah. Oh, why would that happen?
Why do I find this shit out live when I have to give my reaction?
Yeah. It sucks, huh? Sucks. When you really start figuring it all out, you're like, this place
we are the worst
sucks,
country
dude.
in the history of ever.
We suck. These people freaking suck, man. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 100% dude approved.
Dude approved. Also, there's anything else, Damon?
Yeah, I'm coming. I froze up there for a second.
I was like, dude, you were laid back, and then you're all like teleport.
Yeah, like I say, I was froze up, and I was trying not to move too much.
Did you just
I was trying to figure out. April 20th, 1986, Michael Jordan set an NBA playoff record with 63 points in a game
against the New York Knicks.
8th wonder of the world, baby, right there.
Yeah, and I mean, and they wonder why he's called the GOAT.
Was it against the Knicks?
They don't say who it was.
I think it was against the Knicks. I'm gonna Google it.
I hope so.
What team did Michael Jordan score 63 points in the playoffs against? Boston Celtics against Larry Bird. I remember that.
Wow. Another circle back to April 20th, 1990. Former NMLB baseball player and manager Pete Rose pled guilty to hiding $300,000 in income.
Still should have let him in the hall. Guy literally bet on his team to win.
Right.
He didn't throw anything. He's like, motherfuckers, you better figure it out today and win. I got 10 grand on this.
Bro, and you don't think the managers and everybody are betting and doing? Get the fuck out of here.
I was just trying to make a few extra bucks.
Okay. 1992, Madonna signed her $60 million deal with Time Warner.
Yeah, Madonna can die.
Yeah.
And 1993, April 20th, Uranus passes Neptune. It happens once every 171 years. I won't see that pass it again.
Shout out to Nick Weary for getting runner-up in the Uranus fudge eating competition this year.
No.
He did. He got second place.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show has just... No, I'm just kidding.
No, actually, what's funny is I drove by the sign on the way back home from Indiana last week on I-70. It's like, you're passing Uranus Fudge Factory. Yeah. You know, that's a kid that did that. It was like a teenager that started that.
Smart.
Yeah, he's giggled at shit like every other kid does, and he's like,
really wish I'd have thought of it.
He just happened to live in a town called Uranus, Indiana, like so.
Well, I know, but you could have started it from anywhere, really.
Yeah, but
it worked out great for him. I understand.
Well, it works out because people are literally in Uranus buying Uranus fudge factory fudge.
No,
So.
I totally get it, but I still think the hype would have took off. I mean, Hershey's not made in Hershey
anymore.
Jelly Bellies are made in Jelly Bellyville. M&M's doesn't stand for the town, and everything's so popular. So I mean, it worked out double bonus for him, 100%. But even if someone would have just thought of the name, I think they would have had it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's stupid and giggles at Uranus Fudge Factory.
There's also a town in Vermont, if you remember a Jackass skit on when it was on MTV. Johnny Knoxville is a town called Mianus, Mianus.
Yeah. Well,
he's like, how's the weather? He went up to all the citizens. He's like, so how's the weather in Mianus? How's the food in Mianus?
Yeah.
Where's the best place to drink a beer in Mianus?
It's like Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
I haven't seen that town.
Nope.
It's an Amish town called Intercourse.
Can't imagine that.
Not an Amish town. I have a theory on the Amish. They're doing like a reverse genocide, like on like a landocide is what they do, where they buy up all the English people's land and they overpay for it to where people can't afford it, and then they take it over and they turn it into a neighborhood, and then they make all those people that sell the farms move into the city, where they will never be. We're allowed to be in the city. We're no longer allowed to be in the country out here.
Well, we're still standing from fighting for farmland rights. We'll see you all next time, folks.
Dude.